Good morning, good morning, good morning. I hope you're all having a fantastic day. I got, some of you have been hearing about this, others may not have, but there's a new project that's out there that's been around for a little while, but it's really catching on recently. It is called Flame. And the reason that this was brought to my attention is Farming Tales, which you all know I'm very excited about and very high on. It's just announced a collaboration last week with Flame. So obviously, I had to go out and take a look. What is Flame? What's it all about? And Farming Tales is very selective with their collaborations. So I wanted to see more just because I've never heard of it. So obviously, I went out there, and the first thing that I saw on their website is Steam for Web 3. Boom. If you're any of you are familiar with Steam for standard games outside of play to earn games, it owns about 75% of the market share, and it is absolutely huge. It's basically a marketplace for all different types of games. So you can go in there and not only search through different games, find stuff that's good for you, store them, launch them, and it's a great marketplace. And the fact that they're looking to do this and build this for play to earn style games, I think is going to be huge because right now one of the biggest issues with I think with most people is trying to find the new games, trying to find games that are quality and that are good. And that's why I do a lot of my reviews is to get the names of a lot of the games out there that you may or may not have heard of and give you information about those different games. What this is potentially going to do, and again, it's still in the very early stages. I have not seen any of the betas or alphas or any of what it looks like other than what's right here. If it's anything like Steam, it's going to be pretty cool because you're going to be able to go to their website or their app. It's basically a downloadable app on your computer, and you're going to be able to browse through different games and look at reviews from other people and go through all the different options of the games. So that's why I'm excited by this. I think it's going to be a super cool project. Obviously, if they're able to develop it the way that it sounds like they should be able to. The other neat thing is the main person behind this, who we'll get into here in a second, is the inventor for Steam. So they have the background, they have the team that has been proven outside of Play to Earn. So hopefully they'll be able to do the same thing in Play to Earn. If they are, it's going to be a huge success. So keep an eye on this. Right now, there are only two games that are confirmed collaborations with Flame. That's a Splinterlands and Farming Tales. There's going to be a third one very soon, and I'm only going by speculation based on what's happening in the Discord. Castles is looking to jump on Flame also. So I think that's going to be great. And why is this? Why only three games? Only three Wax games that are on Flame confirmed so far? The key with this is the second part of this multi-chain wallet. Basically, there are going to be games from all different gaming chains. If I scroll down, you'll just see a few of them. You got Polygon, you got Harmony, you got Solana, you got Wax, you got all these different chains. It's going to be a market for all of them and a wallet for them too. So it'll be easier to exchange between the different blockchains, which is huge for Wax because right now Wax is kind of separate from a lot of these. I guess they're all a little bit separate, but a lot of them are ETH based. But Wax is separate from them, which makes it a little bit challenging sometimes. And this will be a bridge for that also. Uh, if you can't tell, I'm a little bit excited about this announcement. We've been saying for a while it'd be neat to have a Steam on Play to Earn, and it's coming into fruition. So it's going to be pretty neat to see them develop. What I wanted to do on this, and this is just one of probably many different videos that I'm going to have on Flame, is I wanted to go through their white paper that they just dropped a few days ago. I'm recording this on Friday. They dropped it on Thursday night. So you'll see this probably the middle of next week. So um, what I want to do is go through this, give you a little bit more information. Like I said, it's still early. They just dropped the first version of this. So there's going to be a lot more iterations and a lot more to come with this. As I mentioned, this is going to be the Steam of Play to Earn or Web 3.0. 3. Yeah, you know what I mean. And it's going to be cross-chain, so it's already announced a number of different games across different blockchains. And as I mentioned, there's going to be a wallet involved too. There's going to be basically a launcher, and we'll get into that here shortly. But I wanted to jump to the team before I jump to the roadmap. Rick Ellis is the one that I was referring to before. He is the inventor of Steam. He's one of the inventors of Steam, and he's been in the game industry for 25 years, and he is the CPO for this. So the fact that he's backing this and leading this effort is huge. It shows that there's a quality team in there. You can read through the other bios. I'm not going to do that on this video, but you can go ahead and take a look through other bios. They're all legit. So the team, check number one as a good thing to look at. Roadmap, let's go through this very briefly. Basically, from a high level timeline, they are looking to have a beta of Flame open sometime in October, a public beta, which will include basically the non EVM games, which could include, I believe, Wax and a few other non EVM games. And then the public full release goes on in next year. So there is some time where this is going to develop. We're still very early in the process. If you're familiar with any developing of big things like this, it takes time. So they are working through that. The fact that they already have Splinterlands and Farming Tales, potentially Castles, plus a number of other big name Wax games on there, it's just gonna be a lot of fun to watch. I hope you're excited about this too. Let's talk about some of the additional partners that are involved in there. These are the third-party partners. As I mentioned, Farming Tales, as I mentioned, Splinterlands. There's a few other games that are outside. Again, still the list is still small. I know they're talking to a lot more games than are on this list. These are just the official ones so far. They've also announced that they are developing games in-house too. There is a Crystal Quest, which I will go ahead and do I saw right before I kicked off this video that they have a white paper on that too. So why not? We'll go ahead and do that video for tomorrow. I'll drop a white paper review on Crystal Quest. It is not a Wax game, so just keep that in mind. But it is a game that's going to be hosted on the Flame multi. Uh, Trying to think what we call it. We'll just call it Flame for now. So that is available. As I mentioned, as far as the technology goes, they're going to have multi-chain wallet. Basically, it's going to bridge the gap for a lot of these different blockchains. As you can see, these are the relatively easy ones. Again, this is me from a non-technical person saying this. These are the easy ones to bridge. But some of the challenges that they have are with the non-EVM ones like Solana and Wax, which it would be neat to have a multi-chain wallet similar to MetaMask, hopefully a lot better security than MetaMask, that will be able to bridge all these different blockchains and make it easy to jump from one to the other. Because I think that's going to be a key item in the future. Wax, I love because there's no gas fees, but I think the way that play to earn gaming is going to be two things. They need to improve security all around, and they also need to make it easier between blockchains, just so people can find games that they like. And I think once those two things happen, I think it's going to more people that are focused on standard games are going to start moving over to PE once they realize, hey, I can own stuff in a game and it's secure. I think that's going to be pretty neat to see. As I mentioned, they're also going to have a game store and launcher. I kind of dove into this a little bit earlier. Right now, it's a big challenge to find different games, to find what's available, to find what's new, to find what's legit. And this launcher and game store are going to help us with that process. It's going to help me as far as games that I know people are interested in reviewing. And it's also going to help you and me as player, because I'm a player too, finding new games that might interest us. So that's pretty cool. Also, they are planning to do some sort of fiat on ramp, basically an easier way for you to convert USD into cryptocurrency that can be used for games. Curious to see how that goes because I know that can always be a challenge. Exchange integrations, already mentioned that really, and basically developer tools, not necessarily for us as players, but this is more for the project owners, gives them more flexibility with some of the tools that they're going to be available on this. As I mentioned, Crystal Quest, I'll go ahead and do a white paper review on this tomorrow. This is their in-house game that they're putting together. So it's cool that they're also putting their own stamp on things too. What are my overall thoughts on this? Can you guess? I'm super excited about this. I know Atomic Hub and I know Nifty Blocks do a good job as far as a marketplace. for NFTs. But one of the things that we're really missing is that platform, that game store that makes it really easy to find different games. Something that I've been thinking quite a bit about as I go through all these different reviews. So I am super excited, especially if it has some sort of connection to Steam and the way Steam does things. I think it's going to be a huge success if they implement it like they did Steam. Obviously, some tweaks and some things that are going to be play to earn specific, but I think there's a huge possibility here, and just something that you all should keep an eye on. I will go ahead and have a link to this website, also a link to their Discord, so you can follow along also and expect some future videos about this from me. All right, I hope you all have a fantastic day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.